Welcome to bedtime viewing. Sorry, I have to just welcome to bedtime channeling with Michele. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, I asked the angels and spirit what they want, what kind of message they wanted me to share with you today. And they talked about omnipotence, omnipotence. Omnipotence, I looked up the definition of that word, and it means to have a quality of having unlimited or very great power. Immediately, I became very emotional, so I do feel like this is going to be a powerful message regarding our world leaders, um, and the omnipotence that they believe they hold. But before we get started on that, I do want to share with you today, I am going to be using a deck, the Pages of Shusta, which was created by Ann Manser and Cecil North. This is the booklet. It's a lovely vintage deck, and the cards are in pen and ink, so they are hand drawn. So we'll see. I was drawn to use this deck. Now, just to let you know, many times I just channel the energy of the cards. But what I find with the Shushta deck is I need sometimes to refer to the book just to get reconfirmation on the meaning. They work very well together. So with that, I want to get started. Let me go ahead and just smudge. Today I'm using Palo Santo wood. Let's get it lit here. Yeah, it's very important and emotional topic that angels and spirit want me to share with viewers today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me just connect. Okay. So again, when I channel the energy around the word omnipotence, again, meaning the quality of feeling godlike or having a great deal of power. The first thing coming through is the angels want to send out that message that God is the only omnipotence. He is the only one with the all power. They're coming in very strongly about our world leaders. The China, the Russia, the Korea, the America, the Ukraine. These world leaders are taking on this godlike image or feeling of power over the world and over people at all costs. The angels are putting out that they feel their heart is bleeding, that the angels are bleeding over this. And what they're doing is anything they choose to do. So acting omnipotence in a godlike fashion. Thank you. The angels are coming through and saying this is a course of self-destruction if we, the people in our human condition, can become enlightened and strike back. And they're not meaning like strike back in a violent way, but we have to rise above. And again, it's fear. Angels are coming through and they're clearly saying to me they're going to use fear, viewers. So be careful of this. You've already may have heard little tidbits here and there of trying to bring back mask mandates, trying to create people to be fearful of this flu-like virus they call COVID. And again, the angels are coming through and they want me to share this warning with you. Do not fall into the fear base of these omnipotent rulers. It's all about, I am God, I can do as I please. The angels are coming through and they're just so sad. And I feel very tearful right now because we are the human reciprocates of their lack of compassion. It's almost like, and they're lumping them all together. So I'm not going to say like this ruler or this ruler, but they're saying rulers, world rulers as a whole have fallen into this egocentric, like, they're calling it suffering. It's almost like I feel so small inside my soul. I feel so emotionally hurt. And I feel like for all of them, that they're projecting this big man syndrome, this powerful, godlike omnipotence. Okay, I guess that's the word they keep throwing out there. And I'm just feeling like suffering. Like I'm suffering so much from the wounds that I've never healed. I'm hearing deep rooted wounds stemming back to nurturing, being mothered, being fathered, parenting. It's almost like all these world leaders, and okay, all right, I'm going to say this. They said X out Biden in this, because they're saying Biden is not the ruler, but the people that are pulling the strings for Mr. Biden are the ones that are in the omnipotence. Mr. Biden is a puppet. Spirit is coming through and saying he is a cognitive shell at this time. And I do feel like soon to be removed. It's almost like they can't hold up the show anymore. But that was a side note. I want to get back to the message. It's almost like what they're saying as these world rulers, these world leaders, and this will include Biden in his, um, what do they call them? The people that pull the puppet strings, the marionette creator. I don't know. They're just saying the strings. They have put themselves in a world that is so far removed from what is like material suffering. They don't experience or see firsthand the effects of their decision, of their lack of compassion, their greed. It's as if they have a fortress, like they're showing back in the Roman days, they would build castles and fortresses and you'd live inside your protective fortresses. And, like angels are coming through and you kind of see that today, like gated communities, right? People put their wall around their gated community in order to shield themselves from the human suffering that is really what reality is. So it's like we're all putting ourselves in these little gates to shield ourselves from what the human condition is really about. So again, they're coming through and they're saying, they live in grand houses and have wonderful food and all the gas they need and, everything at their whim and service and this and that. And they're not really connecting with the human condition, the human suffering. There's a detachment here. It's almost like what I'm hearing is guides are saying the cloud is going to burst. It's like pop, like a balloon. It's going to burst. I want to ask what they mean about that. What do you mean? There are situations. Okay. There are life situations that no one can avoid. And what Spirit's coming through and speaking of is that these omnipotent world leaders as a whole are in denial about what really, about the reality of the human condition. And they're coming through, and the first reality is aging, which we're seeing with Biden. I'm sure Putin, I heard he was sick. I don't know what truth there is to that, but there was a rumor. But we all clearly see the aging, the dementia, the cognitive regression of Mr. Biden. So aging is inevitable. So we learn, and we cannot avoid that the human body withers. Okay, so angels are saying this is something that no matter how omnipotent, no matter how godlike you believe you are, the great power you have, the aging process is going to happen. Okay, which is evident with a lot of our older politicians across the universe, throughout the universe. The other sign that's inevitable is the realization that the human body is unreliable. Angels are speaking specifically about sickness, right? I mean, we all get sick. And this is part of that whole smokescreen or denial of these omnipotent rulers, as they're trying to use the fear of death to control people. Thus, they've been doing since 2020, 2021, and they're still pushing this into 2022, 2023. But the human condition is going to get sick. Our human body is unreliable. Okay. So again, angels are encouraging you, viewers, to not fall into their denial or propaganda or whatever words they put to it, that the human body is unreliable. Okay. That's what they're saying. We're going to get sick. Okay. So twofold is the body will wither, we will age, and the human body is unreliable. We are going to get sicknesses. We are going to get colds. We are going to get flus. Some of us will have more serious diagnosis, right? It's kind of like also with the aging becomes sickness, right? Aging creates different types of human conditions, medical conditions. And they're saying the third unavoidable human condition, of course, is that life is impermanent. Life is impermanent, viewers. We are all going to the heavens, right? We are all transcending into spirit world. It's inevitable. So again, when we think of these world leaders who are caught up in their ego, their omnipotence, they're thinking I'm God, they're not facing the realities, right? They're shielding themselves from what is inevitable, right? Aging, sickness, and death. It's inevitable, viewers. It's not a bad thing. You know, one of the things angels are coming down saying, we have given you the human condition, the people, we've given you the intelligence to come up with medications and ways to treat certain illnesses, right? So that's something to be thankful for. There's a lot of miracles. But okay, thank you. But the one point that the angels are coming through and saying is that these world leaders, the one thing that they shield themselves from, I mean, it's like they're going, all the 3 points that they just shared with you are inevitable. It's happening. It's happening in front of our eyes. I don't care how much they try to smoke screen it or cut and replay scripts and whatever videos, there's one thing that the angels are saying is inevitable, and that, I'm sorry, they said not inevitable, but the one thing that these very rich, material, power hungry rulers are shielding themselves from, and that's poverty. That's poverty, right? They have their gated communities. People who respectfully, I thank you, doctors, lawyers, people who have worked very hard to earn their gated communities. I have no disrespect. I'm talking more on these world leaders that are making decisions that affect our everyday quality of life. And it's like they're shrinking us into poverty so they can control, right? The more the government um, gives subsidies, the more they control the people, and people are always will remain in poverty. They'll never rise above or be able to hire a lawyer to fight them or fight for civil rights because we'll be kept in poverty, right? We'll take away your food stamps, we'll take away your HUD, we'll take everything away from you, your medical, if you don't do what us what the all-powerful, omnipotent rulers tell you to do. See, so this is what's happening in America and happening across other countries in the planet on the planet Earth. Okay, is that they're taking away our freedom. They're creating poverty, and they're shielding themselves from it by living in their mansions, their gated communities. Um, and they're saying they're making decisions for the best of the human condition. And in all reality, it's ego talking. And it's very sad. But one of the messages that angels want me to share with you is that this bubble, again, is going to burst. So they are going to be faced, these omnipotent world leaders, with the threefolds of reality, and that's the body will wither, the body is unreliable, and life is impermanent, right? They are going to be faced with this. And angels are saying, they're given, we're all, okay, thank you. We all are given opportunities to make decisions that will be in the highest and best good for ourselves and for the people that we affect, right? It's called free will. So we can take the path of greed and ego, selfish and self-seeking, or we can choose a path of self-love and love for others, right? And kindness. At this time, these older, and they're speaking of older world leaders, people who have been in their illusion of great power, um, godlike, that they've gotten to a point where they believe they are God. Okay, they are a God. They are God. I have to tell you that the God, the only omnipotent God, our higher power, spirit, universe, God, whatever your term is for your power greater than self, is giving these older, stuck in their ego rulers an opportunity to gracefully step out. If they don't, God's hand's going to be coming in, and it's not going to be pretty for them. So it's almost like if you think of your own life, when we keep making decisions, doors open to help us to walk out of a bad relationship or a bad job or a bad situation, and we continue to walk through the door that isn't serving our life in the highest and best good, God's hand comes in and says, nope, I'm getting you on course. You're not serving your purpose, right? And it's always, for me anyway, been in a way that was difficult. So I always try to ask for what is God's will. Thy will be done, not mine, right? And with these world leaders who they're saying have been in this inflated ego, it's like their heads are so big and they just, it's greed, 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 power, power, power at the cost of whomever. I mean, think about the silly war going on in the Ukraine with Russia. It's all power, power. I don't care how many people die. I want, I want, I want. I'm omnipotent. I sign my name and everything happens, right? It's going on across this whole planet Earth. So understanding that it is, angels are coming through and saying it is going to pop. It's just a matter of time. He's giving, Spirit says that our Almighty is giving these world leaders, I keep hearing that term, an opportunity to step away gracefully and allow new leaders to come in that are more compassionate and think about the people, like we the people, because they are part of the people. It's like they've gotten so shielded from the pathways, the realities of life, that they believe they're omnipotent. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to get old. I'm not going to get sick. And the reality is that it's happening in front of our eyes, right? So God's work is at hand, and we are going to be saved. We will come out okay. And they want me to let you know that. But the one point before I pull some cards on this message, viewers, is understand we will all experience that fruitful mystery of darkness. We're all going to experience it, right? The mystery of darkness, whatever your darkness is. But know that at any time you can call on your angels to be there to help you get through that darkness, right? We all have our personal darkness, right? And the ultimate darkness is the mystery of life ever after. And I can tell you it again, angels are saying it's inevitable. Life is impermanent. So again, they want me to just repeat myself on this, viewers. Do not fall into the fear. They're trying to create a fear of dying, right? Through sickness. And it's just the three pathways of reality is, again, the body will wither, right? The body's unreliable. We will get sick in some way, shape, or form. And life's impermanent. So as they try to push this COVID variant, the next pandemic, this and that, angels are encouraging you to just shut the TV off, plug your ears, and do not feed the vibrational energy of it, and it will be removed, okay? Because the three things that they're trying to instill, the control and fear in people, is inevitable, okay? And they're coming through and saying, it's not that bad, viewers. It's not that bad. So turn the TV off, plug your ears, and give no media attention or ratings to anything concerning lockdowns, masks, flus. You're going to die. You got to do this. You got to do that. If we all come together and do not feed that negative vibration, it will go away, right? Because as we all know, it's inevitable that it's all about money. It's all about ratings on TV stations and news stations and pharmaceutical companies. Again, it's all greed driven. And this is what Spirit wants us is collectively to stop. So raise the vibration of health, raise the vibration of love, raise the vibration of aging gracefully, right? How do you age gracefully? You work out, you eat well, right? You take care of yourself, right? The human body will wither, but we get to choose, in most cases, how it will wither, right? Let me pull a few cards on that, and we'll see what confirms through. So I'm just shuffling the deck. Powerful message today, viewers. Like I said, I asked Spirit And I heard the word omnipotence today, and I looked it up so that I was clear on that definition. And again, the quality of having unlimited or very great power. However, omnipotence of God, right? We have to, and God is the only one with omnipotence. These leaders, they're doing what they choose without regard to the consequences of the people that they're supposed to be serving. And I'm talking about all countries here. And I know a little bit here and there. I don't know a lot, but I can only imagine this is going on with all these older world leaders. We need some younger, more family minded is what Spirit just said. Leaders that are raising their children and have their own children going to school, and so that they make decisions based on the American dream and families. Okay, let's pull some cards here. The first card up is showing Buddha. Okay, and isn't that just appropriate, right? Because when we think about pathways, pathfodes, they really do come from the Hindu type religion, right? The pathways to life. Sadhu is a holy man. Sadhu is a holy man who's also in poverty, but he's always at peace, right? So Sadhu, I believe I'm saying it right. Sadhu. You can correct me in comments, please, viewers, if you would like. So stay in the peace, stay in the calm. I feel like when I channel the energy around Buddha, stay in the power, right? The word power is down there. Stay in your own power. Keep your vibration high. Again, angels want me to say this. Shut the TV off, plug your ears. Do not feed any ratings or any vibration toward these egocentric fears that they're trying to continue to place on the people of the world. The people of the world, not just America, because I'm here. They're doing this to the people of the world. And some people, sadly, are being forced again, as we were in 2020. And we can't let that happen again. We can't let that happen. We have to stay in that Buddha power, stay at peace, keep your vibration high, right? Keep your vibration high. Next card up is, I'm going to look up the meaning of this one, but it's almost like burning that candle, staying one, right? Staying alert. You know, years ago, they used the candle for light. Stay in the light. Stay in the light, right? Keep that candle burning. Stay in the light. Let me look this one up just for confirmation. It's one in the green. Let's see. Pages of Shusta, the green pages and cards of development, desire, growth, and progress. Candle of light, harmonic and beneficial, sincere desire and high emotional reaction, inspiration and illumination, wisdom and right action, the action of the flame. Okay, so again, staying in that light, staying in a sincere desire and high emotional state, right? Here's some of the questions the book of Shusta asks you in regards to this particular card is, does the light flicker? What color does the flame assume? Does the candle burn down? Does the flame disappear? Right? That's free will. How is your candle going to burn, viewers? Are you going to fall into the darkness of what the omnipotent rulers are trying to push on us and have the flame burn down? Are you going to stay bright? Stay bright. It's your choice. It's free will, right? It's free will. Okay, the next card. They told me to shuffle again. I'm just going to shuffle. So, yeah, it's a powerful message here. Keeping busy. I feel like these are honeybees, and they're keeping busy, gathering pollen from the flowers, bringing them to their hive here. So we have to keep busy in our own lives. And again, this message comes through a lot. is just pay attention to your circle of influence. Take care of your life. Take care of your children. Take care of your health, right? Take care of your friends. Take care of what you need to do to be the highest and best self, right? Just like the honeybees, mind your business, keep in a high vibration, keep busy. Busy as a bee, not in other people's business. It's almost like, again, maybe just boycott TV, keep busy with your life, you know, busy bees, right? They're not sitting in front of a TV. They're not worrying. They're not locked in their house. They're taking care of business. They're harvesting, preparing for the future, right? Taking care of their children, being good parents and grandparents, right? That's preparing for the future. So busy as a bee, stay busy as a bee. So as we finalize this message from Spirit today on omnipotence, stay in your Buddha power, right? Stay in your Buddha power. Let your candle shine bright, right? It might flicker a little bit, right? They can get to you if you let them, but keep that candle burning. Don't let your candle burn out, right? Stay in the light, stay in the high vibration, viewers, and keep busy as a bee. Mind your own business. Take care of your business, right? The holidays are coming up. Focus on family as much as you can, giving. And remember, don't put on the blindfolds to uh, sadhu, however, of poverty, right? We can't put blindfolds on. This is a human condition. Poverty is out there, and these world leaders are creating more of it. And we have to stay in the light. We have to put out a helping hand to others. So during this holiday season, as it's starting to approach in the next 3 weeks, give to Toys to Tots or help at a soup kitchen or donate some cans of food. Things are tough. Grocery prices are up and up. And you know what? The world leaders don't care. They just create more inflation, more crisis, more drama. It's all greed. They're all greed driven. But I have to tell you, God's going to be stepping in. They're going to have a short opportunity. And what I'm seeing is a short window of time to get it straight. And if they don't, it's not going to be pretty. But our new leaders, our new rulers who are compassionate, who are family oriented, and are going to work for the people that they are supposed to be serving will be stepping in. I feel very hopeful about that, viewers. Very hopeful. With that, we're going to move on now to our birthday for the month. So today I will be sharing a bit of a horoscope. Again, I am not an astrologer. I'm just going to give some insight for the Sagittarius and Capricorns for this month of December. I know Capricorn goes into January because my son is a Capricorn. Okay, with that, we're going to go ahead and start. Okay, I'm going to start first with Sagittarius because that's like the first part of this December cycle. But there's first thing coming through around Sagittarius is, again, wearing that color blue. So blues are going to help to raise your vibration. And as the message came from Spirit in our primary message, I guess we call it, is we have to keep that vibration high and we have to keep that vibration light. So any hue of blue is going to raise your vibration starting now in through 2023. You are a communicator. They are talking to me about being very insightful. You're almost penetrating. So people are going to listen to you when you speak, Sagittarius. Okay. So know that you have sex appeal. You're going to be roaring. And sex appeal can also be charisma. So again, they're talking about really getting things done. People are going to be listening, putting yourself in leadership positions, whether you want to join up for a committee or volunteer on some kind of committee. I see you kind of orchestrating, getting things put together. The Christmas holidays are going to be about a lot of entertaining, and I do see that moving into the first half of 2023. Entertaining, making money, working toward that pot of gold. Lovebirds. So they're showing lovebirds for you. And Sagittarius, I see engagements, marriages, and renewal of vows. A lot of family gatherings coming up for our December Sagittarius babies. They want to tell you, be careful moving forward from this month into the month of 2020, into the year 2023. They're putting out a warning to just be careful and not to rush. Okay. So try to work on your patience, especially around driving. Um, I'm getting a sense that Sagittarius could possibly be prone to like road rage or impatience. And they're encouraging you to step back, take a breath, and give people the benefit of the doubt, especially around driving. So be very mindful around driving, my December Sagittarius. Moving into Capricorns for our December babies, our Capricorns, who are very, and that also works into January, always very good with money, very good with finances. We know that you're going to be moving from the blues into those lovely greens like ocean green. So if you look at like the Gulf of Mexico or that, it kind of always has on the beautiful day, there's hues of these different blues that kind of blend in with greens. So it's like you're gently floating from the hues of blues into those lovely seas of green, ocean green. And then as you move later into the month, even January, even going into like evergreen, sage green, but it's just kind of a gentle flow. So, what I'm picking up, Capricorns, is just wear any hue of green that vibrates to you. It may have to do with what climate you live in. If you live in a warmer climate, you will stick more to the lighter hues of green. If you're in a colder climate, I'm seeing more like evergreen, aspen, those kind of greens for you. Um, They're asking you to stay to your true nature, and that's to be grounded and to be money conscious. Okay. People are going to be, and I feel like this could be your children or your wife or your husband or somebody, they're going to want to ask you to be spending money that you don't feel comfortable spending. So angels are coming through to you, December Capricorns, and saying, stay true, stay grounded, stay to your true nature. Um, you are born with a mixture. You've got a mixture of intuition and practicality. So trust your gut. So the big message for you, December Capricorns, is trust your gut, right? You have intuition, so listen to it. And that ties into your practicality, not only around, again, money is big for you, but just in relationships. They're saying you have an ability to stay in the rational mind instead of the irrational or emotional mind. So this is a good gift, right? A good gift to have. Responsibilities over this next year may become a little bit overwhelming for you. Um, I feel like new births coming in, extra expenses. Um, Maybe you become a new parent or you become a parent again. So responsibilities are feeling a little overwhelming. But again, angels are just encouraging you, Capricorns, to step back, take a breath, know what makes you tick, know what makes you tick. And again, stay grounded and stay true to who you are. I feel especially around money. The focus is going to be, I want to save money, not spend money. And again, I am seeing new births, added responsibilities. Perhaps you buy a new home. Um, Okay. Some of you may find you have to take on the care of an elderly parent or grandparent. So they're asking you to just gracefully step into this with practicality and a rational mind. Okay. But overall, um, for the December Capricorn babies, they're stressing to just stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. Intuition versus practicality. And with that, viewers, we'll end this video. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I send you love and blessings. Namaste.